Went and got all my pipe this morning to put the overflow in the pond. So the drain, which is the ditch right there, I got one piece of pipe I got to dig up. Hopefully I don't hurt it. I got to reuse that. It's just going to be a horizontal pipe through the pond dam. So I got to go from there, and he said, while we're piping all this, or putting the pipe through there, might as well just pipe it all and get rid of this ditch right here so this is all nice and even. So have enough pipe to do all that. I got to take the 220 this morning. I got to grab the laser, put it in the bucket. Got to go up there. I've got to find the elevation that I'm going to set the water level at. There's a ditch up there, and I think I can kind of raise it up just a touch to be able to get the pond just a little bit higher. But I'm going to check all that, see what it looks like, and then come down here, go ahead and dig the ditch, clean that out, get my pipe in there, dig this one up, and then take all this dirt and backfill it. Then start working on spreading topsoil out. I got to run over that with the dozer. I raked that clay out yesterday before leaving, and I'll get that bladed in with the dozer and start taking that topsoil, covering everything up and getting this tidied up. Okay, so I got all my grades checked, and the elevation of the pond has to start right here at the lowest ditch. So I checked it, and I was going to try to put a little bit of dirt in there to raise it up for like the last 100 feet or so, and maybe gain another 4 or 5 inches in the pond. But this is probably the flattest ground I have worked in a very long time, because from here to there is flat. So I raised it up just a little bit, and from here all the way back there it falls like 6 inches. So the reason this ditch is this great is to get it to drain from way up there where there's a low spot. So I can't really raise the ditch up. If not, it's not going to drain up there. So the pond's pretty much just going to have to be at this grade right here. I was hoping I could raise it up a little bit, but it's just not looking that way. So it's going to be a little bit, probably about 2 foot of bank over here. I'm going to try to pull that back with the dozer a little bit so he can kind of run down it a little bit better with the tractor to keep it mowed and all that. So I was hoping to have a little less, but I just can't make it work with the elevations that I have, because this is the main ditch right here that feeds the pond, and if I fill it in where it doesn't drain to the pond, it kind of defeats the purpose of catching any runoff. So it's just going to have to be that way, carry on. So this right here was a cove, or is a cove, and it was kind of hard to shape up with the dozer. So I'm going to run over it with the excavator here in the grading bucket and slick everything up so it looks a little better. Pile this dirt up right here in the cove. I'll lay it over there and spread it out. But I'm happy we got groundwater all the way up here at the head section and down there at the dam. So that's a good sign. Got some water. On the very first video, I actually found it. It was the very first video I took of this site out here, and you'll be amazed, of course you've already seen it by now, at how much water was out here. I mean, it was ridiculous, and it has drained so well. Let's see, I got a little carried away on that one. Put a little bit of dirt back. So backed up. So this ditch right here, I'm actually going to fill it in some so that it's not quite so drastic there. I can't get that pile over there from the other side. Cut this back just a little bit more, like so. This should make it a little bit easier to kind of run the mower around here, even if he's got to back down in there. Get that bank cut. I'm going to finish slicking up this cove right here and then go down there and cut the little ditch in for the overflow pipe. I got to dig the other one up first and then go ahead and put that in, get all that covered up, start working on grading stuff out. Okay, let's put the overflow pipe in. I took the laser and marked out right here where the grade is. I'll make a little notch so I know where my grade is, and then start from over here, and I'll probably need to start from right here and then taper it down. Take the scoop out, I'll hold my grade, so I went about 1 inch lower than the level I want because of the corrugations in the pipe. Let's go a little straighter, about right in there-ish. This is some sticky clay. Somebody put the laser right there in the way. I don't know what they were thinking about that one. I have to get on my help. Better just stay in the machine. Oh, and I just dropped a big clock there on top of it. Alright, let's see if I can do that. Break it or something. I don't know if I'm going to use this dirt or skim up. May skim up a little bit of drier stuff to go on top of it. Stuff staying about the same shape it was when it come out of the bucket. Alright, let me go grab a stick of pipe. I'm going to go over there and dig up that other piece of pipe first, make sure everything goes well with that. And then go ahead and lay all the pipe in here. Make sure everything's good before covering it up. Well, I got to start up here anyway, so. I'll put the piece that I dig up on the end down there. Put the new stuff right here. Alright, let's go down there and dig the other pipe up. Okay, let's see if I can dig up the old culvert pipe that's in the road here and salvage it. I can't quite see the end from all the grass. Not happy about that. Need to find the end of the pipe so I know where it's, how deep it is. Can't see it. Oh, there we go. So much grass. Alright, there's the pipe. Can't tear up the bell end on it, because we need it to go on to the next one. Alright, now that I can see the top of the pipe, skim that. Like so. Pull that out. So I got to be careful because it's a $400 piece of pipe, and there's nothing wrong with it. And I don't want to make something wrong with it by tearing it up. Stuff is just so expensive. You've got to reuse what you can. Good piece of pipe. It's just been in the ground for 2 years. Find the end. Dirt is like concrete when it dries, so it's sticky wet when it's wet, but when it dries, it gets pretty solid. Got to be careful. I'm within about 1.5 inches or 2 inches of it, I think. Top of it, I think. Let's see if I can find the end here. Right there. Skim down to it. Pipe right there. See the corrugations. Alright. Down that side. Right there. I'm going to try to just kind of do this and pull it out. Kind of get all the dirt off on top of it, and then come down the side and take a chunk out. It'll kind of loosen it up a little bit. This pipe is pretty strong, but it can't take a lot of prying up forces. You'll break it in half and kink it. Alright, so that's broke loose there now. Go over here and just kind of slowly work our way under the pipe there, shove a little dirt under it, that'll keep it out. This end is still in the ground. So I need to take another scoop and kind of as I dig up, it's going to bring that pipe up out of the ground like so. Now we have a good piece of pipe. Scoop it up like so. And I'm just going to kind of lay that right here. Drop it a time or two, it'll knock most of the dirt off. I feel like it might have a little mud in it. Let's see if we got any dirt in it there. Seems like it's trying to roll to one side. Anything? No, must be pretty clean. That'll knock the dirt off of it. Alright, well, I'm going to put this one on the very end here. So I'm going to lay that out of the way. And go ahead and get this ditch cleaned out and set the pipe in there. Got my pipes here. So I got a couple little short pieces over there for, I think, the end. And the owner needs one for crossing he wants to do. Got to be gentle here and not smash this. Go over here and lay a piece in the ditch and check it and see what the grade looks like. I think I might have to take one more little skim out to get it down to grade, but had a soft grab there on it. You can just completely smash these if you wanted to. I'm just going to grab one at a time. I'm just going to keep dropping this if I don't. Let's just lay this one right here. One we need. Put that about right there. Over just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and grab the other one, lay it down behind it. Then once I confirm that that grade is good right there, I'll cover that one up, and then I can push them all together. Because this is the bell and spigot pipe, so I got some of the pipe dope in the truck, wrap it around the gasket, and push it together. Remember, your bell always faces uphill. That way the water flows into it and it drains. I don't think that quite needs to stick out quite that far. That better. Alright, let me check grade, and if it's good to go, I'm going to go ahead and put some dirt over it, push that other piece together. Okay, I got the pipe at the elevation it needs to be, skimmed up a little drier dirt from behind me, put that around it, and since this is just a horizontal pipe, it's really not much of a chance of it leaking. Normally when you have a riser pipe, you've really got to do an anti-seep collar, pack it and all that. But this is pretty much the bottom of the pipe is water level, so there's really no pressure for it to try to force around it, go out anywhere else. Dryer stuff to go around it right here before putting that lumpier stuff back on top. Try to break that up just a little bit. Should be enough to hold it. And I'll get the other piece of pipe ready to push on. I'll go grab another stick, take it over there, and work my way down the ditch. I'll track it over. It's only got about a foot of cover right here, not quite that much right here, so I don't want to get too crazy with it. Put the rest of the pipe in, then I'll come back and dress all this up. I need to dig that corner of the pond out, a little bit of dirt there, and I'll use that to cover it and then spread all this topsoil over top of it. Let's go grab another pipe here real quick. Get that ready to be put in place. Right here, I've got to have room to be able to push that together, but I gotta go take the plastic off and put some pipe dope on it. There we go. Ta-da! Plastic pipe, you can squish it a little bit, it'll bounce back. just a touch and push it back together. We'll be good to go. Go grab another piece. Push it a little flatter here. Like so. I'm happy with that. Let me go grab another piece. Alright, so I got all the pipe put in here, 125 feet from the edge of the pond to the ditch right here. Got the new pipe put in and my piece of pipe that I dug up. And I had two other pieces of pipe right here. I had to actually use a coupler to put those together to make up that last random length right there. So I'm going to go ahead and get a couple scoops of this clay and put down on the pipe so nothing moves. Go over there and dig out the corner of the pond, get some more of that loose dirt up here, then take the dozer and push some dirt over all this and get it covered up. Alright, got my dirt pushed up or pulled up with the excavator. Now I'm going to take the dozer here and push it over the pipe, get all that covered in, tracked over. Actually, I'm just going to use this topsoil I dug out from the where the pond dam is. I had enough forethought to pile that up right here, knowing that I was going to need it to fill this trench in. Have to move any more dirt to do so. Take all this, blend it together. I might have to bring one more load over here for that end over there, so that won't be no big deal. Give it today to sit out in the 90-degree heat, dry out. I can run over it again tomorrow and it should blade out a little nicer. This little bit I filled in already looks 10 times better. Having the ditch through here. Out pretty good. Go ahead and take this pile right here and push it down there as well. And that should be enough to, I don't know if it's going to quite cover all the pipe, but it'll get the majority of it. Then I'm going to grade that clay out and then probably jump on the 350 again and finish casting that topsoil out. Just a lot quicker to take it, break the pile down and get it kind of flung about, and then I can run over with the dozer and blade it out where it needs to be, tidy everything up. Tomorrow I got a late start having to get the pipe. It was mid-morning before I got here, and then tomorrow I'll come and kind of finish grading over everything and run down the road that I cleared. I've got to take it, clean up the pile of ashes and everything that I hauled over there. stack it up into a nice pile and grade all that out. Just kind of touch up any other things that need to be done, and I should get everything done tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Get the equipment cleaned up, and the old 220 that's at Jeff's house and this dozer and the off-road truck are going to another pond job. The 220 and 350 are going to go to that big pond that the dam broke on. I've got to fix, but it's going to be about 3 more weeks before I get to that. I'm not sure if I'm going to try to do anything else with that equipment between now and then or what, but just figure it out when I get there. Time to spread some topsoil. So I'm going to take the 350 here and break this pile apart a little bit and just scatter it about, and it just spreads out so much easier with the dozer then, when all I have to do is just fly around and knock it down. And a little bit more out here to fill in that low area over there. Gonna take this, scatter it over, just trying to get a few inches over top of that clay so some grass will grow. This stuff actually had a fair amount of topsoil in it, so it would probably grow grass, but it's definitely going to help it out by spreading all this back out. Because when I was hauling that dirt yesterday, it rutted up pretty good, and I just want to try to cover that up a little bit. Just throw some over there, just roll it right over with the dozer, and it'll all be good. Maybe 3 or 4 more scoops up there to finish covering the pipe too, so I'll just throw some of this out, push it over there. Pretty much about 2 passes over this with the dozer now, and it's going to be bladed off. Sitting there trying to break that big pile apart with the dozer. Just takes a while because I push about that much. I'm gonna keep spreading this out and go to the other side and do the same thing. I have to transfer it back one more time. That'll get all this covered, and then I have that big pile at the other side of the job. I'll take and fling it over. I'll probably just spread this for today and then do that section over there tomorrow. Topsoil casted out with the excavator. Just run down here with the dozer now and push it right here where it needs to go. Spread out, let it get a little sunshine on it, dry out a little bit. So it'll blade out a little better tomorrow. So I'm going to spread this side out and then see how much I need to take from that pile over there to finish covering everything. Well, I like the way it's looking. Pipe's covered up. Got the topsoil spread out. We got to move that pile up there in the morning. But I got all this spread out. That stuff's fairly dry. This was pretty wet. This will dry out and I can run over it one more time, drag it a little bit, and should grade out pretty good. Finish up in the morning and go down there and finish cleaning up the ash pile down there.